Hi, my name is Larissa Kaiser, and I am the founder and co-organizer of Jill, a Women Plus in Translation reading series that spotlights women and or non-binary translators, or translators of women and or non-binary authors, or both.
And I am Elizabeth Redfield. I am the co-organizer of Jill. And we welcome your submissions. Jill runs an ongoing virtual reading series, which you're watching right now. You can find out more about what we're looking for and how to submit your work on our website, www.jillreadingnyc.com.
And now enjoy the reading.
Hi, my name is Charisma Lee. I'm a US-based translator, and I normally work across Spanish, French, and English. For this reading, however, I wanted to share with you a piece in Tagalog, which is a language of the Philippines, as well as my native tongue. I'm going to read an excerpt from the introduction to the anthology Danas, which is a collection of Filipino women's writings that came out in 2017. The anthology was published by Gantala Press, and Gantala Press is a Manila-based feminist indie publisher. Just a quick note, the original introduction was written in Tagalog. However, the passage I'm reading contains 2 quotes originally written in English. I've translated those back into Tagalog. Wala o mabibilang sa isang kamay ang akda ng babae na kasama sa mga inatinipon ng mga manunulat na lalaki mula pa noong taong 1949. Ibig sabihin, ang pagwawalang bahala sa mga akda ng kababaihan sa kasaysayan ng panitikang Pilipino ay isa lamang anyo ng getoismo, othering, na matagal naman nang umiiral sa ating kultura. Kaya nga minamabuti ng mga manunulat ng babae na ituring siya at kanyang akda sa pasamantalang nasa labas ng kasaysayan ng kalakaran, sa mga salita ni Benilda S. Santos. May lakas ang mga tagalabas, ang laylayang kungkubin ang namamayaning kamalian. Dito nabibigyang puwang ang balintuna ng autonomiya ng sining sa lipunan, habang mamigat pa rin ang pag-angkla sa karanasan ng babae sa latag ng kasaysayan. Ang pagtipon ng mga antolohiyang katulad ng Danas ay maaaring getoismo rin, ngunit sapagkat binuo ng mismong mga taga-geto, ng mismong mga babae, ay maituturing na ring paglikha sa sariling espasyo at pag-ipaw. Kung mabibigyan katuturan at maaari ng kababaihan ang pagkaibang ito, marahil masisimulan na rin naming hilingin na huwag timbangin ang aming akda sa ngayon sa mga pamantayang panlalaki o itinalaga ng lalaki. O kung kailangan timbangin, dapat munang pakasunduan ng babae at lalaki ang susunding pamantayan. Sa tanong na kailangan pa ba ng antolohiya ng mga akda ng babae ngayon, sapat na sigurong sagot ang daan-daang piyesang natanggap namin mula nang ipakalat ang tawag para sa mga akda. Bukod sa Maynila, Cavite at Laguna, iba-iba ang pook na pinagmulan ng mga autor, Cordillera, Bisaya, Mindanao at Amerika. Kung gayon, may mga akda na nakasulat sa Ilocos, Hiligaynon at Cebuano bukod sa Pilipino at Ingles. Malay kami na hindi nga matutugunan ng simpleng representasyon ang istruktural na pagsisiil at na hindi maiiwasang may santabi ng mas maraming tinig ang mas kakonti. Halimbawa, sa antolohiyang ito, iilan lamang ang mga hindi pa nakapaglalathala noon gayong namamayagpag ang kabataan at estudyante. Kailangan din nating tayong mga manunulat at mambabasa makipagbuno ngayon at kailanman sa binanggit ni Eagleton na kinalaman ng uring panlipunan sa paglaganap ng kamalayang feminista. Sa simula ng ika-21 siglo, pwede sabihin na sa pangkalahatan, hindi masyadong nagsusulat o nagbabasa ang mga uring panlipunan ng mga akdang o isipang feminista, at ito ay may maluhang kahulugan para sa trabaho ng feminismo. Kailangan nating bunuin ito sa konteksto ng Pilipinas sa pamamagitan ng pag-aaral sa mga akdang sinusulat at binabasa ng babae mula noon hanggang sa kasalukuyan, at kailangan nating material para sa pag-aaral nito. Ayon kay Lilia Quindosa Santiago, wala naman talagang nagbago. Siyempre makaama pa rin ang mga tao. Ito ay panggunahing saligan at panggunahing dahilan na bakit may feminista at bakit may feminismo sa Pilipinas. This is the English version of an excerpt from The Making of Danas, the introduction to Danas, the anthology. Literary anthologies published since 1949 have included few, if any, works by women. This disregard of women's work throughout Filipino literary history is just one example of our culture's long-standing tradition of ghettoizing and othering. As Benilda S. Santos says, this is why women writers must take care, quote, to move themselves and their works away from the practice, end quote. Dissent is powerful and its suppression a common mistake. This is precisely where art's autonomy from society takes place, at the same time that it remains heavily anchored to women's experiences throughout history. In a way, making an anthology like Danas could be read as a kind of ghettoizing. Despite this, the women of Danas, the same women who are othered, have succeeded in staking out a place of their own. If we are to make sense of this difference, we still ask that the work not be judged according to gendered standards, let alone standards that privilege men. If this is necessary, women and men must together establish the criteria for what constitutes quality literature. Whether we still need an anthology of women's writing, the overwhelming response to our call for submissions should be answer enough. The authors included here are based not just in Manila, Cavite, and Laguna. They're also in Cordillera, the Visayas, Mindanao, and the United States. This geographic diversity necessarily begets linguistic diversity. Along with Filipino and English, you'll find work written in Ilocos, Hiligaynon, and Cebuano. We know that mere representation doesn't fully address structural racism. We're also conscious of the fact that the loudest voices often drown out the rest. In this anthology, for example, only a handful of contributors have never been published before. Those who have are part of the boom in work by students and young people. In this light, we writers and readers would do well to heed what Mary Eagleton has mused about class and its relationship with the development of feminist consciousness. Quote, at the beginning of the 21st century, working class people are by and large neither the authors nor the readers of feminist literature and feminist literary criticism, or one could add, feminist thought generally. That truth must have serious implications for the political project of feminism, end quote. We need to wrestle with this in the Philippine context by studying the corpus of Filipino women's writings, both past and present. And if we're going to educate ourselves, we will need the resources to do so. As Lilia Quindosa Santiago attests, quote, in reality, there has been no qualitative change, and Philippine society remains patriarchal. This is the beginning and the end, the reason, the ultimate cause, why there are feminists and why there is feminism in the Philippines, end quote.